Hello, my name is Nayab, and today I'm going to explain the complete code of my Quote of the Day Android app. I'll start with the front-end design, which I created using XML layouts and drawable files for styling. First, I used a scroll view to make the whole screen scrollable. This is helpful when the content doesn't fit on smaller screens, as it allows the user to scroll vertically. Inside the scroll view, I placed a linear layout with vertical orientation. This layout arranges all the child elements, like buttons, text, and spinners, from top to bottom, in a neat and organized way. Now let's talk about the components I added inside this layout. At the top, I placed a spinner. This shows a drop-down menu of categories like All, Inspiration, Life, Motivation, and Business. Users can select any category to filter the quotes accordingly. Then comes a card view, which is used to display the quote text along with the author. Inside the card view, there's a text view that shows the quote. Card view gives a soft elevation, padding, and rounded corners to make the quote look like it's inside a styled card. For the background of the whole screen or specific components like the card view or spinner, I used custom drawable resources. These drawable files are defined in the res/drawable folder. For example, the spinner has a custom background with rounded corners and a border using a drawable file. The card view might also have a custom background like a light-colored shape with shadow or border for a clean appearance. The background color of the entire layout is set to a mauve-gray color using the hex code number ADA7A7 for a soft and elegant look. After the quote display, I added a row of image buttons. These include a favorite button to add or remove quotes from favorites, a share button to share quotes via other apps, a new quote button to fetch another quote. Each image button uses custom icons, which are also placed in the drawable folder, such as a heart icon or a share icon. These icons visually represent each action clearly. Below these buttons, I added a Add Quote button. This opens a dialog box that allows users to write and submit their own quote. Lastly, there is a View Favorites button that opens a dialog displaying all favorite quotes. Now moving to the dialog layout, which appears when you click the Add Quote button. This layout also uses a vertical linear layout. It contains a text view titled Add New Quote, an edit text for entering the quote, another edit text for the author's name, which is optional, and finally a spinner to choose the quote's category. All components in the dialog have padding and spacing to make the layout user-friendly. The dialog layout can also use a custom background drawable for smooth corners and a clean white appearance. So that was the front-end design part of the app, including how layouts and drawable resources are used. Now let me explain how the back-end of the Quote of the Day app works using Kotlin code. This part controls all the logic, user interactions, and data management in the app. The main logic is written in a file called mainActivity.kt. When the app starts, the system calls the onCreate function. In this function, I connect all the views from the XML layout to Kotlin using their IDs, like the quote text area, buttons, and spinner. This step is called initializing views. Then I set up the category spinner. I created a list of categories like All, Inspiration, Life, Motivation, and Business. I used an adapter to show this list in the spinner. Whenever the user selects a new category from the spinner, a new quote from that category is shown. Now for the buttons. The New Quote button randomly selects a quote from the selected category and updates the screen. I also added a fade-in and fade-out animation to give a smooth visual effect when a new quote appears. The Favorite button allows the user to add or remove the current quote to a favorite list. If the quote is already a favorite, clicking the button removes it. If not, it adds it. I also changed the button icon to a filled heart or outlined heart accordingly. Toast messages are shown to notify the user. The Share button allows users to send the quote to other apps like WhatsApp or Gmail. I created a Share Intent, which lets users share the quote and author name as plain text. The Add Quote button opens a dialog with input fields where the user can type their own quote, author name, and select a category. If the quote text is empty, the app shows a toast asking to enter a quote. If the quote is valid, it's added to the quote list and displayed on the screen. The View Favorites button opens a dialog that shows a list of all favorite quotes. If there are no favorites yet, a toast says so. Otherwise, the user can click any favorite from the list and it will be shown in the main quote area. All quotes are stored in a mutable list of a custom data class called Quote, which has 3 fields: the quote text, author name, and category. Whenever the user changes the category or clicks a button, the app checks which quotes match that category, picks one at random, and shows it on the screen. The app also makes sure the favorite icon updates correctly every time a new quote appears, whether it's already a favorite or not. Overall, this Kotlin code connects the layout and logic beautifully. It makes sure the app runs smoothly, looks good, and gives users full control to enjoy, share, and save quotes.